start with Manchester United. I have nothing against your analysis, but I have a feeling that whatever you're going to show me, I may have seen before.
Yeah, that's fair. There was a statement in the week from Christian Eriksen and Erik Ten Hag regarding their performance against 20 and them wanting it more, which no fan wants to hear. So I expected today a Manchester United team that was full of tenacity, endeavour, energy, and even if they didn't play well, they gave everything. A reaction, let's say. And we got far from that. We really did. We got a lethargy, a lack of energy, a lack of cohesion. There was very little to like about what Manchester United did in the first half, and actually worrying.
Look at the domination of Tottenham before the red card. 60% possession to just shy of 40%. 28 touches in the opposition box. 12 shots. You know a lot of these players, but at the moment they look absolutely all over the place.
Yeah, it's clear that they're struggling for form at the minute. They're struggling to get into a rhythm and momentum. You've seen today that they weren't quite at the level that they needed to get to. Danny alluded to it before, where the pressing they were getting there too late. So the first man would get there too late, the second man would, the third man would, and eventually they become disjointed all over the pitch and leave massive spaces. And unfortunately, well for them, that Spurs exploited them really well. Tough one to take for Man United today.
Any fan at any level, it doesn't matter whether you support a Premier League club or whether you support a National League club or even below. All you really want, the minimum you expect, is for your players to put in effort, isn't it?
Of course it is. And listen, there's no player that goes onto the pitch and doesn't want to produce that effort and that performance and the level that's expected at Man United. It's tough for them at the minute, but they've got to find a way. They've got to find a way. Man United are always a club who find a way, and those players on the pitch have to solve it, whether that's having discussions amongst themselves and understanding what they can do better and where they can approach different things. But certainly, yeah, it's tough. They're in a tough momentum, tough run at the minute. They've got a couple of really tough games coming up, one in midweek, Porto away. Villa away is another huge task for them. Villa are obviously doing really well as well, so they need to find some sort of form from somewhere.
The other thing in all of this is it doesn't feel like much of a surprise, does it? Well, that result?
It's not a surprise, is it? It's becoming common. I think we remember Manchester United of old and winning Premier Leagues, but this has been nigh on 10 years now. This is Manchester United. This is where they're at, and they've lost that fear factor. We would go, Danny, back in the day, we would go and you'd be terrified of going to Old Trafford. It's different.
Speak for yourself.
Don't set him up for the goals I've scored at Old Trafford anecdotes.
Thrown it up.
No, but it did. It had a fear factor. It was like the Etihad is now, but you go to Old Trafford and you expect to get time in the ball. And like the lads have said there, it's basics. Just what you want your players to do is run, is to challenge, is to make a lot more effort. And Erik Ten Hag doesn't seem to be able to get those basics out of his players.
Just a quick one on that. Sometimes it looks like you're not trying when you're disorganised. When you're in between all the time, a team's dominating you, your physicality drops because you feel so frustrated, and it's infectious, and that's organisation.
Okay, so let me follow up on that then, right? So if we're saying you can be trying, but the lack of organisation means it looks like you're not trying. It looks worse,
yeah.
Right? Is the current Manchester United manager a motivator or a tactician?
That's a damn good question. I think he's probably more of a tactician, because from a motivational point of view, we very rarely see United play at a real high energy and a high level, and players dying for the cause. And if you don't do that, the tactics always fall down anyway. So you've got to be a motivator first, and the tactics come after.
The other thing it feels like with them at the moment, and you will have known this from your time there after Ferguson left, is that managers get to a certain stage where they're one game away from either a crisis or it all being okay. And it's happened with virtually every successor to Ferguson. It feels like he's in this position now, doesn't it?
He's in a tough position. Look, they're not winning games at the minute. They're not performing to the level that's expected at Man United. And it's difficult for the club, it's difficult for the players, the manager, the staff. But like I said, they've got to try and find a way. They've got to try and find something from somewhere to galvanise the players, to give them that boost, that lift that they need to go on and win games of football. And like I said, Porto is going to be a really tough game. in midweek, and they've got to go and try and win the game there and give them some sort of momentum building into the weekend against Villa away.